Wish my bra would stop sticking out. It's driving me crazy. Hello, my name is Heather. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for being here. If you would consider liking and subscribing, that would be awesome. If you are a returning friend, thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to see you. So, I am on a quest, and the reason why I'm presenting this video as a quest and not a definitive answer is because I don't have a definitive answer yet. I am still on the hunt. And so, by the end of this video, if you have any recommendations for me, I would love to hear about them. What is this hunt, you may ask? I am on the hunt for a mint chocolate chip ice cream scent. I want to smell like mint chocolate chip ice cream. Where did the genesis of this idea come from? So I'll tell you what happened. So last year I fell in love with Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. You will be like, Heather, the bottle is green, but that is not a mint chocolate chip ice cream scent, and no, it is not. But this smells cold to me. It does smell like cold pistachio gelato, but this is like cold and light and refreshing and perfect for the spring and summer. And what my brain did was like, I want something that is almost exactly like this, except I want it to be mint chocolate chip ice cream. So this is sort of the vibe I am looking for, but for mint chocolate chip ice cream. Now, what you're gonna see in this video is you're gonna see, first of all, a lot of these scents are Christmas themed because a lot of like the mint cocoa scents and whatever come out around Christmas time. Some of it's considered like a Christmas scent, but I want a mint chocolate chip scent for the spring and summer. I want it to be light. I still want to be able to smell the mint and the chocolate and like and some sweetness. And I still haven't found it yet. So what I picture this imaginary scent in my head, I am thinking about McDonald's Shamrock Shakes in terms of like the mint, like that level of like mint, like sort of like light, creamy, sweet mint that is not too overpowering and not too toothpastey. A lot of the scents that I've come across have been very toothpastey, so that is like one of the ways it can go wrong. And like the chocolate, I want it to be there. I don't want it to be too thick. I want it to be just nice and summery and minty and chocolatey. That I have not come across the scent yet, so we're going to talk about it. The closest thing that I have found to what I picture in my head, and it's still not 100% perfect, is not a perfume at all. Actually, this is the Bath & Body Works Mint and Chip Ice Cream. This only came in a hand soap. They did not release a body mist to this or anything, but I think this is probably the closest thing to what I am picturing in my head. Yeah, you can definitely smell the chocolate. The mint is not toothpastey, but still present. It's very sweet. This is basically almost exactly what I am looking for, except that it's not a perfume. It is just soap. I want a perfume of this. So the notes on this are mint ice cream, chocolate flecks, and a dollop of whipped cream. Yes, perfect. This is exactly what I want. Because I haven't found this yet, we're going to talk about some of the things I have tried and some of the things I'm aware of, and then maybe you can give me some ideas. So we're going to talk about some of the things that I've tried that are currently here, and then I'll mention some of the things that I've tried that are not here. One of the options, the closest thing I have right now in my collection that is actually like a mint fragrance that I am currently wearing and consider part of my collection, is Twisted Peppermint by Bath & Body Works. The problem with this, it's very minty, almost toothpastey, but not quite, and very sweet. The sweetness sort of tones that down a little bit. It just doesn't have any of the chocolate that I'm looking for, but it is a sweet mint scent and very refreshing in the summer. I keep recommending this as a summer scent. It is very refreshing. If you have Twisted Peppermint in your collection, haul it out for the summertime. It's delightful. But it's the closest thing I've got right now. So that is Twisted Peppermint by Bath & Body Works. Some of the things I've tried that are here right now. This is Sucreabeille. I don't know how to pronounce that company's name. I'm so sorry. This is mint chocolate chip ice cream. This is a fragrance they released last year, I believe. Don't know if you can still get it or not. This is a very light, sweet mint scent. You can definitely smell the mint. It is a little bit creamier than I would say the Twisted Peppermint, but I don't really get any chocolate from this at all. This, unfortunately, goes a bit weird on my skin. I think they use coconut oil as the base. Yeah, fractionated coconut oil as part of like the making of the fragrance. And unfortunately for me, I pick up a little bit of coconut in like the oil ingredient. It's not necessarily supposed to be there in terms of scent. It's not super minty. It's not super chocolatey. It's just sort of okay. It's not my favorite. and I'm still on the hunt. So that is Sucreabeille's Mint Chocolate Chip. This is a Christmas time release. This is Pineward's Mint Cocoa. I got a decant of this. This is very, very strong. It does have mint, it does have a deep chocolate, but it's got a base note of sort of a smokiness that on me goes very barbecue. I remember when I sprayed this on myself, my husband was like, "You smell like a fireplace," which is actually not at all the vibe that I described to you before. I do pick up like the freshness of the mint, but I don't specifically think mint. I just think of a freshness. I pick up a lot more of the chocolate, but I do pick up a lot of that like charred fireplacey kind of scent, and that is not what I'm looking for with mint chocolate chip ice cream. So this is another one I've tried. This is Pineward's Mint Cocoa. Something I tried recently that I think probably saw in a video a couple weeks ago in a testing video. This is Ciocomenta by Sulmona Essenza. This was also a fail simply because this has a vetiver in it that I pick up more strongly than any of the mint or any of the other notes in it that I was hoping for, like mint chocolate chip ice cream. It just sort of smells like a very fresh vetiver scent to me, unfortunately, which is not, again, mint chocolate chip ice cream. I'm still on the hunt, so that's another one that I've tried. Another one that was recommended to me to try for a mint chocolate chip ice cream scent, Drink Menta by Hilde Soliani. This was a weird one, actually. It is very, very sweet. But this is like mint and caramel as opposed to like mint and chocolate. So it's got the sweetness. It certainly does smell like minty and creamy, but it's definitely got like a salty caramelness thing going on that just misses the mark for me, unfortunately. It is very unusual. I haven't smelled anything like this. That is a plus, but it's just not what I'm looking for. So this is Drink Menta by Hilde Soliani. And another one I have tried. This is J-Scents on a Cloud. This I heard smelled more like mint Tic Tacs than like mint chocolate chip ice cream. You'll find that a lot of the ones I'm talking about have like 2 out of the 3 ingredients I'm looking for. I'm looking for like mint, I'm looking for chocolate, and I'm looking for like a creaminess. And sometimes sometimes I will try things that are like 2 out of the 3 and just to see, and it's just not quite right. So this was a very pleasant mint scent when I tried it. Unfortunately, it lasted 20 minutes on my skin. It didn't last very long. A very, very light wearing mint scent. But if that's something you're looking for, a very light wearing mint scent, this is a good option. This is J-Scents on a Cloud. Next up, I got sent a decant of this by a friend of mine in one of my perfume groups named Sabrina. Thank you, Sabrina. Anyways, this is Frostmelt by Victoria's Secret. This was a body mist that got released, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. This is very, very close to what I'm looking for, actually. It is a very sweet mint, a little bit creamy. You can smell the gourmandness of this. The chocolate almost goes a little bit like, kind of like Oreo-ish to me. Like, it feels like dry in a way. It's really nice, and I do really dig this. The unfortunate part about this scent for me is that it lasts 5 minutes on me and then it disappears, which is really unfortunate because longevity is like all relative, and like I don't mind a short living fragrance, but it can't be that short, you know. It has to like last at least a couple of hours. That would be nice. Yeah, but for what this is, I do like this as an option. This is Frostmelt by Victoria's Secret. Some other things that I've tried that I don't have the samples of here currently. I've tried a Men Kryptomint that was recommended to me. This went very dark and deep on my skin and didn't really have any of the creaminess or sweetness I was looking for. It is a mint chocolate scent, but it's just not the vibe I'm going for. I've tried Hyper Musc by Courrèges. This does not have any chocolate listed. It does not smell like chocolate. It is, however, very close to the level of mint that I want. This imaginary mint chocolate chip ice cream scent. This is about pretty accurate for what I want in terms of like the mint to be. It is very close to like the McDonald's Shamrock Shakes that I was talking about. So if you're looking for that, it is nice. It doesn't last super long, but I did enjoy having the sample while I had it. Editing Heather here, back with some addendums. So this is the first time you'll see me. Hello. So I forgot to mention this one right here. This is TheLittleBookEater's Mint Chocolate Chip. They are an indie seller on Etsy. I used 10 ml of this, so I'm sorry that I forgot to mention it. It was pretty good. It was pretty close to what I want, but like not exactly there. Like I didn't really get a ton of chocolate out of this, but it was like a sweet mint and pretty nice. That is TheLittleBookEater's Mint Chocolate Chip. I've talked about everything else. So those are the 2 samples that I don't have anymore, but I also have tried those. So I'm going to mention now some things are on my radar that I know about. So when you're recommending things to me, I do know about these. I haven't got my nose on them. I would love to know if you've tried any of these. Let me know what you think of them and if you think that they're close to what I'm desiring. There's two different ones by Demeter. One is mint chocolate chip. This is chocolate and mint. Those are the only notes listed. I have one Demeter fragrance. I own cranberry. I've tried a bunch of them and sometimes they don't always smell like they're supposed to smell. Let me know what you think of this one. So there's mint chocolate chip, and then there is chocolate mint, which is a different fragrance, which also the notes are chocolate and mint. So I don't know if these two are different or not. They both have the same notes by the same company, just two different names. So I don't know what the difference is. If you do know, please let me know. This brand Boticário has Egeo Choc Mint. Yeah, it's got mint in the top. It's got chocolate in the middle with a bunch of other things, including like lavender and geranium and sage. And then instead of like a vanillic base, it's got like a tonka bean base. This might not be as like sweet and gourmand as I'm hoping. I also don't know if it's just available in my part of the world. I'm in Canada. This brand is not present here, but if you smelled this, let me know. I would love to know what you think about it. This is another brand that is not available in my country, but I have my eye on this. This is Ciocomenta by Unké Naru. This is interesting because it's very much presented as a mint chocolate chip ice cream scent, but it also has a top note of hazelnut and strawberry. So that is kind of intriguing, but it's got cocoa, peppermint, vanilla. It's got all of the things that I want in terms of like an ice cream scent. But it's got those two top notes that I'm a little curious about. Also, this only seems to be available in Indonesia. Their links only seem to go to stores that you need an Indonesian phone number to log into. I can't find a way to get this to Canada, but I am very intrigued by this. The art on this is super pretty. I like the bottle. I like the cap. I love the art. I really am intrigued by this a lot. So I'm hoping to get my nose on it at some point. That would be cool. And another one that is not in this part of the world. This is called Ciocomenta. This is by Wren Atelier. This is a Filipino brand. This has like mint, chocolate, vanilla, all the things I'm looking for. The only thing is it's got like some geranium and iris and some floral notes that make me a little like unsure about this. I've also heard that this doesn't lean very gourmand in any way, which is... I'm looking for it to be gourmand. I really want this to be a gourmand scent. So this might not also be the thing for me, but have you smelled this? I would love to hear about it. Another one I was recommended when I was like on this quest, like the person who recommended it to me was also like, this is very discontinued and hard to find. But what you're describing is this brand here. This is Andy's Mudslide by TSVGA. I think this brand has gone out of business and like sold their stock and everything. The notes are chocolate cake, ice cream, and peppermint. This does sound absolutely like the thing I would love to smell. It sounds very gourmand, sounds very close to what I'm looking for, but unfortunately this is very discontinued and hard to find. Have you smelled this? Let me know. There's also like this body mist by Dirty Soul Soap Company. I don't have any experience with this brand, and I've also think that the shipping to Canada makes this very expensive for what it is, but they have this chocolate mint swirl that I don't know if it's still in production or not, but this is chocolate and peppermint. Do you know anything about Dirty Soul Soap Company? Is it any good? I have no experience. I would love to hear from you if you do. Bath & Body Works also a couple years ago did this scent here called Christmas Cocoa and Mint, which is chocolate, marshmallow, and mint biscuit. Marshmallow could maybe be the right scent mixture that I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a vanillic ice cream scent underneath this mint and chocolate, but marshmallow might actually work too. Should I hunt this down? Bath & Body Works, I feel like once they go off sale and they're like on like resellers and stuff and on eBay and stuff, they get very expensive and I don't feel like they're worth it. So like, how does this last? Have you smelled this? I would love to hear about it. That's Christmas Cocoa and Mint. This brand here, Cocoa Pink, is an indie brand. They have a scent called Vanilla Mint, which is just peppermint and vanilla. I've heard that this also could be a good option. Have you smelled it? I don't know anything about this brand either. And Victoria's Secret also has this body mist called Snow Mint. This is ganache and peppermint. So what I'm discovering about the Victoria's Secret body mist is that for me, they don't last more than 10 minutes. They're very short lasting on me. So I don't know if I would hunt this down, but if this is the perfect scent, maybe you've smelled it. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe it's worth hunting down. When I was editing this last night, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have to film a little thing that like, there's a new thing coming, but I don't have it yet. But it showed up today. I'm trying out Juliet Rose's Mint Chalk Chip. I've tried their key lime pie scent and it wasn't for me, but I thought I would give this a try. I have not smelled it yet, so I'm gonna smell it on camera with you for the first time. I feel like this is gonna be really strong because I have not opened or sprayed this yet, but I can smell it already. I can already smell the mint, so I think this is going to be pretty strong. So we'll see how it goes. This is promising. It's sweet and minty. I don't necessarily get a whole lot of like creaminess or chocolatiness from this yet. I just get sort of like a really strong mint. I don't know about this yet. I don't know that this is necessarily the one yet. It's all right. It's all right. I'll leave a comment or something if I find that this gets more chocolatey or more creamy, but right now it's not either of those things yet. So those are all the mint chocolate chip options I am aware of. This is the quest, is to find the ultimate minty without being toothpastey, a little bit chocolatey, creamy, sweet, ice creamy scent. I'm looking for mint chocolate chip ice cream. I want it to be gourmand. I want it to be light and airy and like great for summer. I don't know if this exists. I don't know if maybe it's just all in my head and it's never going to happen. I don't know enough about the science of notes to know that what I'm talking about is possible, though I feel like it should be. Again, this so far is the winner of the quest. This mint and chip ice cream soap by Bath & Body Works is so far the closest thing that I have. If you have any other recommendations, I would love to hear them. I would love to be at the end of this quest and have found the ideal scent, but I just haven't found it yet. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. That's it for the video, friends. Thank you so much, and I will see you around. Bye.